All right, it's Wyrm versus Bred on 2000 atmospheres, and yeah, let's have a look. I think this is the first round 2.5 that I've seen with Bred in action. We've already seen Wyrm play against Eli and against somebody else. With good success. Bred is up to no good. The double worker here you would have to suspect is going to be double proxy racks, but he doesn't have a supply depot in production, so he can't build those racks yet. Bred, if you're gonna carry out a filthy proxy build, do it right. The worker comes down and sees both of these standing idle as well. So at this, I don't know about the pylon here. I think at this point, when you've seen these and you know what's coming, surely a second gate, throw down the side port straight away, throw down another gateway, chrono out two stalkers and win the game. The other alternative would have been throw down a forge, build a pylon literally here, cannon, game over. Because your opponent is up to this nonsense. Has he scouted any further? The worker went straight. Oh, yeah, if he didn't know before, he absolutely knows now. So he sees all. I am a little concerned, though, that it's only a single gateway. Why? Why wouldn't you build two gates? And make sure you're kill the. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's GG. Because the Stalker and Zealot can just park here and clean up the Marines as they come out. You've just got to make sure, don't micro these. Just park them, and they will automatically clean up the Marines that come out. And there's nothing Bred can do about this at all. So an absolute shambles, to be honest. Bred, if you are going to proxy racks, you've got to have a supply depot at home, man. Otherwise, it's a complete shambles. If it gets scouted, give it up. It's not going to work. Proxies work if they're unseen. And that's roughly the only time they work. So, yeah, I think from here, if you're Wyrm, you just send this stuff across the map. You've just killed all of your opponent's production. They can't, look at this. You just win. Just go. It's 14 army supplied to 2. You know what I mean? It's GG. Anyway, he's okay. Maybe he's been watching too much Vibe or something like that, and he's following strictly Vibe's advice. When ahead, get further ahead. That's certainly what he's doing. But I don't know. I think there is like that. Yes, if you're ahead, get further ahead. Sure, by all means. But there is also a certain amount of know when it's time to just win the game. Why give your opponent an opportunity to get back into it? It's 60 workers to 24. So, yeah, I think you could overcomplicate this, couldn't you? The army supply 50 to 28, 57 to 28 with these warping rounds. Charge is going to be done soon. Getting shields, +1 shields? What? What? So, everything's going to be 1-1-1 against Marines. +1 is on the way for the Marines. So the ideal timing here for Wyrm would be to go now, so that he's arriving just as Shields finishes up. And then he'll just walk through this Terran army. There is quite a lot of Marine here. But with Charge, with Colossus, my goodness. We're just waiting for the A click, really. I'm not 100% sure on what we're waiting for. Maybe Wyrm just fancies having a 200 supply army to go and attack with. So the observer comes in, sees everything, sees that there's basically no tech here. Sees basically no tech. There's a factory down here. It doesn't have a tech lab on it, so you know that you're not up against any siege tanks. There's not a medevac in sight. There isn't even a starport. So these Marines, man, are going to be super squishy. They don't even have combat shield. The Colossus will rip these apart. Oh, and if they get caught on the bridge, will we see some disruptor shots? Let's hope so. I want to see disruptor shots. Oh, we do, and it actually, yeah, kills his own zealots. So bred in full retreat. Is blink done? I think it is. So you could blink after these and catch them, but it doesn't really matter. It's an A-click job from here. You know, all of the damage to these. Look at these Colossus shots, just absolutely wrecking. Yeah, with no medevacs, that like you cannot play bio without medevacs. It isn't a thing. Not at 13 minutes. You know, if you want to turn up in your opponent's base at 4 minutes with a bunch of bio and no medevacs, do that. But at 13 minutes, no, come on. No combat shield, no medevacs. Nah, that doesn't win against anything at 13 minutes. You know, it maybe like that barely wins against workers. So it is game over. It's 123 on the supply to 10, and those 10 don't actually exist. They're in production. So we're just waiting on the GG. We're waiting on the tap out. The attempt to fly the command center away isn't going to work. There are blink stalkers chasing it down, and now that it's on fire, it is doomed. Yeah, so indeed, bred, indeed. So it looks like Wyrm pretty comfortably wins that, and yeah.